Pisces, hi, welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Sarah, and today the theme of your reading is whatever it is you're working on. So if there is a project, a relationship, some deep inner work you're doing, something at work, whatever it is, hold that situation in your mind and we'll get you some advice on how to best handle or grow whatever it is. Here you are, kicking it off, the Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck, so we love that. Let's get Pisces' overall energy at this time. The Hierophant. I love that. Can I have a clarifier, please? They said yes. The Star. Okay, Pisces. What is Pisces' current challenge at this time? Judgment. One more, please, for Pisces' current challenge. The Moon. We're 4 for 4 major arcanas, Pisces. And the Empress on the bottom of the deck. What is Spirit's advice to Pisces at this time? 5 of Cups, Knight of Wands. One more for this, please. 2 of Wands. Okay, got a decision. And what's the likely outcome? Okay. Pisces, your overall energy, you're showing up the Hierophant and the Star. This is somebody taking something very seriously, perhaps taking your healing very seriously. I don't know if maybe you got some interesting health news or just reached some kind of a climax or a finish line with like you're done with your own bullshit. That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm trying to say nicely, but I think you've reached a place where you're like, all right, enough is enough. I want to change some things. I want to get more disciplined, and I need to be a lot more honest with myself, with my God, with my mentors, if you have mentors, with my therapists, with my friends, with my community. The Hierophant, listen, it's a beautiful card, right? Because it is a card of like spirituality and tradition, but it can be a little rigid, right? So coming out with the Star, I really like it because it's like tailoring a healing practice to you and fully committing to it, because the Hierophant is commitment and the Star is healing. So whatever this is, you're very committed to this either glow up with the Star, if this is something, you know, that is external, but even if it is internal, it's going to be seen externally, because this is you healing. This is you being committed to your healing. And I love to see that, because we did just have, well, not just, but like last month we had the eclipses in Virgo and Pisces. And the North Node is in Pisces right now. So you guys, you know, are the key players as far as a collective how to operate. So of course you're going to be called to some kind of grand realignment, right? I absolutely love that for you. And I also want to say with the Star card, there is like a fish out of water energy that I'm picking up from this. So you're trying to be very grounded and balanced, because I do feel like you're in a new arena. You're in uncharted territory, right? So I just want to say, be gracious with yourself, and just remember that like the authentication process takes time, and sometimes patterns trump intention. So we have to keep intention at the forefront. So if this is something that you're trying to do for yourself that is brand new, maybe write on your mirror like a mantra that like keeps your head in the game for whatever it is, to remind you, so that when you feel like either like the negative self-talk or whatever else starts coming back up, you have that mantra to kind of combat that, to kind of be like, stop right now. Yeah, it's like, stop right now, thank you very much. I'm giving myself some human touch by not being fucking mean to myself, because that's kind of like what your challenge is. We have Judgment and the Moon. It's like being afraid of what you're gonna find. Being afraid. So Pisces, are you afraid of yourself? Like, you're so cute. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like approach it like that, but let me just say, then start watching some stuff on the shadow self. Carl Jung, just like YouTube Carl Jung shadow, and see what comes up. Weird throat catch there, and then 444. So maybe there's like a block in your throat. Yeah, that was weird. Or maybe it'll make you gasp, because that was kind of like a weird like hidden gasp, not quite a hiccup, not quite a gasp. So definitely watch some stuff around the shadow, Carl Jung. And yeah, so we have Judgment and the Moon showing up in your challenge, and Judgment is like a resurrection, and the Moon is stuff that's hidden. So it's you, I think, maybe some of you are doing like, what's that, like rapid eye movement therapy, but some kind of like repressed shit or stuff you've been trying to run from or whatever is coming to the surface at this time, and you're just like, hold on, I'm not going to approach this the same way I've approached other things. Let me try something different. And I commend you for that. And I know you're not just like, let me try something different and then going in like the complete opposite end of the spectrum, because on the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is, he's the only knight that's not moving. See, the horse's feet are still. So he's just like holding what he has to offer. He's looking out at the land. He's figuring out where the best place to plant the seed is. And oh my God, crazy, under that we have the Death card. So like, look at this transformation here. And here is death at the Hierophant. So it's you like facing your own beliefs and your own limiting mindsets. Yeah, then we have the Three of Pentacles and the Tower. You're breaking down any foundation that doesn't work for you anymore. And I'm so proud of you, because that is a scary thing to do, but you're approaching it like grounded. I don't know if you have like a lot of earth energy around you to be supportive, maybe a Taurus, because we do have the Hierophant, obviously. But there's something that's like motivating you to try things differently, to transform something, and to approach things like it's like, I'm not getting any younger. I know I need to restart. I know I need to live a healthier life for myself. I know I want a better relationship with spirituality. I'm a Pisces. I'm intuitive. I need to be using that to my advantage instead of letting it kind of destroy me a little bit. Because Spirit's advice to you, we have the Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Like, you have a choice with the Two of Wands to stay in your comfort zone or leave. But here's the thing, this is your comfort zone. The Five of Cups is your comfort zone. So what are you even leaving? Just like a pity party that's been over for a really long time. And I don't mean that in any kind of disrespect. I just think this like pattern of ho-hum and looking for the negative or whatever is just like, you're over it. Because also, one of the reasons why, like, the Five of Cups is one of my favorite fucking cards in the whole deck, and a lot of other tarot readers are like, what? And I'm like, well, let me explain to you why. We have 3 cups tipped over and 2 still standing, right? Let's look at these 3 cups. There's green contents in that 1 cup. So did he really lose more than he still has if one of those cups had fucking poison in it? I don't think so. And if he were to turn around, he'd see he still has the 2 of Cups here, which is like, if it's not explicitly a partnership, it's like entering into a partnership with yourself of, come on, buddy, we're going to find a better path. We're going to find a better way. And look, once he turns around and looks at the 2 cups still standing, he sees the bridge that leads him to the castle off in the distance. So it's like, you have a choice. And it's funny because this is where he's making that decision from. So maybe you did make a choice to like leave your comfort zone in the past and it put you here. So now you're like, well, I'm not going to do that anymore because it puts me there. And then I feel all sorts of like fiery and bad ways. But what I more so want to say is you have a choice if you want to operate from a place of, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I might lose stuff. I might lose stuff that wasn't meant for me. Or from a place of, I'm going after things I know are meant for me. I really feel like it's a choice at this point on how you want to operate. And if you want to change from that paralysis energy of like, I don't know where to go, I want to make sure like this, I want to preserve my emotional well-being. Listen, that's always a good effort, but what you're calling your like baseline of well-being is depression. So if that's your comfort zone, then we really need to be talking to a professional and not just like getting tarot readings and stuff, because it's time to transform this cycle. It's truly time to transform this cycle, whether it's addictive tendencies and you're wanting to break off those habits, because we did kick it off with the Hanged Man at the beginning of the reading, or it's just your addiction to the gloom a little bit, which does happen with water signs. It happens. Like, just like earth signs get addicted to bitterness, and fire signs get addicted to anger, and air signs get addicted to... Wow, I almost just said something so mean about air signs. I'm so sorry in energy, but I did catch myself. But how can we nicely reframe that? Air signs get addicted to the puzzle. That's how I'll put it. I'm not going to say it. It's not coming for me to say it. I love you, Pisces. Okay, so that's Spirit's advice. And then your likely outcome, we have the Page of Swords and the Six of Cups, which is that this is the first breath of fresh air after that death moment, after that transformation, after choosing to be able to move forward more fiery. And like, I just want to say, whatever parts of you, like, please go watch the Carl Jung shadow stuff, because whatever parts of you you're like, oh, people can't see that or they won't love me, are the parts that, like, that's where your greatest gifts lie. So I want you to get very clear on who you want to be, 1111, and who little Pisces would be proud to look up to. Because I feel like if you were to really sit there and sit with your inner child and feel everything they're feeling, I don't think they've been feeling very safe or very heard in recent years. So don't be surprised if when you start listening again, if there's a lot to say. Now, this is someone that's been doing inner child work for the last 16 years, solidly the last 9 years, but like I became aware of it 16 years ago. I'm 33. And even just this past August at the 8/8 Lionsgate portal, I had my inner child just fucking level me, dude, because she's ruthless. She's ruthless. You know, she came at me with the like, you get all pissed off at nobody else listening, you're also not listening. You're not listening to me. Why are we dancing? Why are we doing this? And she was furious. And I'm sitting there sobbing, just getting my ass kicked by my inner child. And it's like, in that moment, I remembered being that little girl talking to adults like that. Like, why can't you do what you say? Why can't you listen to me? Why don't you see me? Why don't you care about how I feel? Like, I remember, you know? So then when I was on the receiving end of that, I've never felt like I failed harder in my life to be like, oh my God, I became just like all the adults I battled in my childhood to hear me. So then after that, I made a huge pinky promise to myself, like, girl, you're in charge for a little bit. We're gonna do what you wanna do. I'm gonna hear you. And her main asks, and this is the side of myself I was terrified of, right? Her main asks on what I needed to change in my day were to play more music, go outside more, and dance. That's what I was terrified of. Those are the instructions I was terrified of. And now she's working with me because I'm doing those things. And when I feel that boredom or that discomfort, I check in with it. And I say, why don't we like what we're doing? Because we're not moving. Okay, you got it. You got it, girlfriend. Let's go for a walk instead. So just to give examples on how you can kind of work through that stuff with yourself. Pisces, I am going to leave your reading there. I hope you got something out of it. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It does super help me out, especially as a brand new channel. And if you're interested in a personal, the link is in the description box below. And if you want to just drop a comment and let me know how this applies in your life, I would love to hear from you. All right, I love you. Thanks for being here. You've got this, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pisces.